Hello once again, dear viewers. You're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to this week's special edition of Open Mic with my guest for this evening, His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Chai Ge. The talk for today is going to be the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China. Welcome to our program.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome.
Mr. Ambassador, I want to also introduce my colleague here, Sirak Abdi Mikael. He's also from the Profile, Eritrean newspaper. Mr. Ambassador, we are celebrating the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China. I want to start off this question with what major historic contributions has the Communist Party of China made to China and the rest of the world?
First of all, please allow me to express my heartfelt thanks to ERi-TV and Eritrean Profile for your interview with me on the eve of the founding of the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China. And through you, I would like to express my warm greetings to the audience of the ERi-TV and the readers of the Eritrean Profile. Once again, I would like to congratulate the 30th anniversary of Eritrean independence and pay tribute to the resilient Eritrean people. July 1st of 2021 marks the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China. Over the past 100 years, the Communist Party of China has led the Chinese people through arduous struggle to achieve a leapfrog from standing up, getting rich, to become strong. China is now the second largest economy and the largest industrial country in the world. Over 800 million people has been lifted out of poverty. Average life expectancy has increased from 35 to 77 years old. Under the leadership of the Communist Party of China, China has created two miracles of rapid economic development and long-term social stability. China has always been a builder of world peace, a contributor to global development, and a defender of international order. China firmly safeguards world peace and pursues fairness and justice. China is the second largest fund contributor in UN peacekeeping operations and has the largest number of peacekeepers among the permanent members of the UN Security Council. Over the years, China, with 30% contribution to global economic growth, has become the main engine of world economy. And the growth has brought unprecedented opportunities for world development. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, China is the first major economy to achieve growth. It is predicted that China's economic growth will reach 8.3% for this year. This is an important contribution to promoting the rapid recovery of the world economy. China has made great contributions to the global anti-pandemic cause. China has supplied medical assistance to more than 150 countries and several international organizations, and has provided vaccine assistance to more than 80 countries, exported vaccines to 43 countries. Totally, 350 million doses of vaccines to the international community. With more than 800 million people lifted out of poverty. China has achieved the poverty alleviation goal of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development 10 years before schedule, contributing more than 70% to world's poverty reduction. China has established and improved the world's largest education, social security, and medical system, which can be called a great human rights project and the best human rights practice. China has made important contributions to the cause of human rights in the world. In terms of addressing climate change, China has also actively fulfilled its commitments. China's carbon emission intensity per GDP in 2018 decreased by 45.8% compared with that in 2005. President Xi Jinping last year announced that China will strive to achieve carbon peak by 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality by 2060. So this is a contribution of the Communist Party of China to China and to the world.
Congratulations again, Mr. Ambassador. On this very special occasion, what development programs has the Communist Party of China charted out?
In order to realize the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, the Communist Party of China has established two centenary goals. The first is to build a moderately prosperous society in all respects on the 100th anniversary of CPC, that is, in this year. The Communist Party of China has fulfilled the solemn commitment to the people. The second centenary goal will be achieved in 2049, the year of 100th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. And it will be realized in two steps. By the year 2035, basically realizing socialist modernization from the year 2035 to the middle of the 21st century, to build China into a prosperous, strong, democratic, culturally advanced, harmoniously and beautiful socialist modern country. At that time, China's material civilization, political civilization, spiritual civilization, social civilization, and ecological civilization will be comprehensively improved. China will become a leading country in terms of comprehensive national strength and international influence. The common prosperity of all people will be basically realized. The Communist Party of China is fully confident and capable of uniting and leading the Chinese people to continue to create new development miracles and realize the blueprint for future development. China will create a broader space for all countries in the world and to share China's opportunity, achieve win-win results in common development. Thank you.
Mr. Ambassador, as a major political party that has been thriving for 100 years, what is the key attributes of the Communist Party of China?
Over the past 100 years, the Communist Party of China has grown from more than 50 people when it was founded to the world's largest party with more than 91 million party members, creating the greatest political miracle on the earth. I think the most important magic weapons are the following. The first, the Communist Party of China adheres to the combination of Marxism theory with the practice of Chinese revolution and construction, finds a path suitable for China's development. The Chinese people are full of confidence in the path, theory, system, and culture of socialism with Chinese characteristics. And second, the Communist Party of China adheres to the people-centered position to serve the people wholeheartedly and lead the people to work together. The Communist Party of China gets full support from the people. According to the polls, many polls, more than 90% of the Chinese people are satisfied with the government and the leadership of the Communist Party of China. The third, the Communist Party of China attaches great importance to the party's self-construction, emphasizing that the party should manage itself and strictly govern itself to ensure the party's advanced nature, purity, and combat effectiveness, and consolidate the foundation of the party's ruling. Thank you.
Mr. Ambassador, how do you view the world situation today?
In the world today, there are the overlapping impact of a major change and a global pandemic unseen in a century. Unilateralism, protectionism, and hegemonism are rampant. Human beings are facing a variety of long traditional security threats, such as climate change, environmental pollution, and epidemic diseases. International order and peace and world peace are facing severe challenges. China firmly upholds the international system with the United Nations as the core, and the international order based on international law, firmly upholds the basic norms of international relations based on the purposes and the principles of the UN Charter, and firmly upholds the multilateralism of mutual equality and win-win cooperation. Chinese diplomacy has always adhered to the principle of equality, whatever big or small countries. China opposed power politics, sanctions, and threats of sanctions, and opposes interference in other countries' internal affairs under the causes of so-called human rights issues. Human beings live on the same earth. No country can face the challenges alone. The only way to deal with global problems is to build a community of shared future for all mankind. All countries in the world should strengthen unity and cooperation, take the road of peaceful development, jointly promote the construction of a new type of international relations featuring mutual respect, fairness and justice, and win-win cooperation, and build a world of lasting peace, common security, common prosperity, openness, inclusiveness, cleanness, and beauty. Thank you.
Coming to the African continent and the Horn region of Africa in particular. How do you assess the importance and key role of the Chinese government in the region?
China and Africa are good friends, partners, and brothers. Strengthening solidarity and cooperation with African countries is the unchanging priority of China's diplomacy. China and the African countries support each other on issues concerning our respective core interests and major concerns. The cooperative achievements between China and Africa can be seen everywhere in African continent. The Forum on China-African Cooperation and the Belt and Road Initiative have made significant contributions to the local development and the improvement of people's livelihood. China has built more than 6,000 kilometers of railways, 6,000 kilometers of roads, nearly 20 ports, and more than 80 large-scale power facilities in Africa. China has assisted in the construction of more than 130 medical facilities, 45 gymnasiums, and more than 170 schools. China has sent 20,000 members of medical teams to 48 African countries and treated about 220 million African patients. China is a constructive participant in African peace and security affairs and has sent the largest number of peacekeepers to Africa among the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. We support Africa in its effort to solve African problems independently. After the outbreak of the pandemic, China and Africa helped each other and united to fight against COVID-19. Not long ago, China and Africa jointly launched the Initiative on Partnership for African Development. China has never attached political conditions to its cooperation or aid to Africa, let alone interfering in African internal affairs. China and the countries in the Horn of Africa are good friends. China pays close attention to the situation in the Horn of Africa and sincerely hopes that lasting peace and stability can be maintained in the region so as to realize regional integration and development. China opposes interfering in regional affairs and other countries' internal affairs under the excuse of human rights and democracy. China opposes the implementation of sanctions or threat of sanctions. China will continue to play a constructive role in promoting peace, stability, and development in the Horn of Africa.
To wrap up the vast explanation you gave us, Mr. Ambassador, how do you assess the strong and long relations between the People's Republic of China and the government of Eritrea?
China and Eritrea have a profound traditional friendship. This friendship was established in the process of striving for national independence and liberation, national development and construction. Nowadays, our friendship is even stronger than before. China and Eritrea have always treated each other with respect and equality. We trust each other in politics, support each other on issues concerning our respective core interests and major concerns, and jointly safeguard the interests of both sides and international fairness and justice. the Communist Party of China, CPC, and the People's Front for Democracy and Justice, PFDJ, maintain communications and exchanges of experience in governance. The cooperation between our two sides in infrastructure, construction, education, agriculture, healthcare, human resources, mining, and other fields is very fruitful. And projects of friendly cooperation between our two sides can be seen in capital Asmara and other cities. During the pandemic, the bilateral cooperation has not interrupted and moved forward. The Chinese medical team to Eritrea sticks to their post, together with the Eritrean colleagues in hospitals, to help treat the patients. The Chinese embassy in Eritrea hosts 2 online training courses or seminars every month on average. And on the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China, Chinese development has entered a new stage. The 30th anniversary of Eritrean independence also ushers in new opportunity for national development. The top leaders of two parties has sent congratulatory letters to each other, expressing that they attach great importance to the in-depth development and friendly cooperation relations between our two countries. Eritrea stressed that infrastructure, energy, transportation, agriculture, healthcare, and human resources are the key development areas of Eritrea. And China has advantages in that above areas. The two sides have obvious complementary advantages and a solid foundation for cooperation. China is willing to expand and deepen mutual beneficial cooperation in accordance with the needs of Eritrea and made due contributions to the development of Eritrea and the improvement of Eritrea living standards. Meanwhile, Forum on China-African Cooperations and the Belt and Road Initiative have provided new opportunities for bilateral operation. In one word, the prospect of deepening cooperation between China and Eritrea is very broad, which will surely yield more fruitful results and further benefit to the two peoples. And the Chinese embassy in Eritrea and I myself, as ambassador, will do our utmost, will do our best to promote the friendly cooperation between our two countries and deepen the friendship between our two peoples. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador, congratulations again on the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, that wraps up this week's Open Mic. I am your host, Rafael Giuseppe, and my colleague, Sirak Hapti Mikhail from Eritrea Profile. It is good night from us.
Yeah.